Hi, I'm Tracy Doyle.
Hi, I'm Marshall Poindexter.
JOHNWHELER.
Britta Barrett.
Hi, I'm Marvin Gopal-Ratnam in the Public Relations Department here at Healthcare.
I lead Health Imagination Communications for GE Healthcare.
I'm the manager of Global Corporate Citizenship and Technology Executive Communications at GE Healthcare.
Healthcare Communications Manager.
I am a Public Relations Manager for General Electric Healthcare with specific responsibilities for ultrasound and Health Imagination and special projects.
So Marshall, what do you like about working with interns?
I love working with interns. I have been doing so for the last 10 years here at GE Healthcare. Worked with a lot of them throughout both versions of the CLDP program, and probably the thing I like best is that interns bring a lot of great energy and ideas that many times we have implemented into our communications programs, and so it's always just great to get a different perspective.
I appreciate interns' energy. The interns bring a lot to the table in terms of fresh thinking and a very contemporary view of what we need to be doing as a company. I think particularly in the digital space. Interns are also not afraid to challenge the status quo. I think because you have a natural interest in learning, and given the stage that you're at in terms of being in school, coming up on your senior year, or moving through your college years, that curiosity is very healthy, and it's something that we need to do more of. So I always appreciate those questions and just being challenged to think in a less traditional way and the way we've always done things.
I love working with interns because it brings me back to having a fresh mindset and not doing the same old, but it really brings in new light and new experiences and new enthusiasm to what we do on an everyday basis. So it's just a breath of fresh air that we love to have around the office.
I think the thing I like most about working with interns is it's important in communications, I've always felt, and it's difficult after you've been in communications for years and years, especially with the same company, but it's important to keep an outsider's viewpoint. Because your audience, even if it's an internal audience, often has an outsider, at least outside to the department or something like that, viewpoint. And I think interns help me, at least, refresh that thought of what it looks like and what things appear to be from the outside of the company.
Every year, I love having the interns come in for the summer. It brings a new sense of enthusiasm and interest to our communications department, and it really shows and brings some new ideas to how we can change and do things differently within our department.
And so can you recall a positive experience that you've had with interns in the past, and maybe something that has endured today?
Yeah, I've had a lot, actually, of positive experiences with interns, and I'm thinking in particular of a really outstanding intern we had about 3 summers ago who operated and acted like somebody who had been on the team for 5 or 10 years and was very proactive, and she always came to meetings and came with her projects just doing over and above, and so that's what we always hope for, and many of the projects that she worked on have lived on to this day in one shape or form.
I have so many positive experiences working with interns. It's such a unique experience to be able to work with people as I was myself only 5 years ago, and it's just fun to see them grow and to learn and to understand what working in the real world actually is, because when you're in college you learn so much in a classroom, but until you can really apply that in the office, it's just very difficult. So when you actually have an opportunity to intern at a corporation like GE, it's just so fun to watch as the interns get to experience what we do on a day-to-day basis and be able to bring that back to the academic world.
Every year, one of the best experiences I have is getting to work with our interns on Community Service Day and seeing them start the process and working with our leadership team and seeing it all the way through the end to generate all the media coverage and see all the work that we as a communications team and as a company can do in the community. And I think for the interns, it's a really good experience too, to not only get that experience in PR, but managing a topic and getting to see a project from start to finish.
So what advice would you give interns who are starting at GE Healthcare and they come in on their first day and they seem to be overwhelmed by all of the different aspects of the company? What would you suggest, maybe 3 pieces of advice that you would have for them?
I would say for an intern coming in on a first day, especially at GE Healthcare, to expect to learn over time and not try to do everything all at once. GE is all about a balance between execution and thoughtfulness, and you have to have both. So it's important to deliver and it's important to produce results, but it's also important to understand the context in which you're delivering that work. So again, back to being curious and being willing to learn. I think that's the place I would recommend interns start. That would be number 1. Learn the business, learn as much as you can, and at the same time, be willing to dive in and deliver on any and all projects. I think networking with other people is extremely important. You never know where you're going to get your next learning. It could be at the fitness center, it could be in the cafeteria, it could be out on a customer visit. So take advantage of all of those opportunities. And then I would say ask questions. And ask questions of your direct manager, supervisor, of colleagues, when you're given the opportunity, like on a web chat such as we had today or a town hall meeting. Always be willing to demonstrate that curiosity.
For interns that are just starting GE Healthcare, absorb as much as you can. Like I said, I'm relatively new here. I'm still taking it in. Learn as much of the jargon as you possibly can. Talk to people. We are a company of engineers and operators, scientists. Sometimes they're not the most communicative people in the world, and sometimes they don't have a great deal of personality, but they're always interested in what they're doing. And I think what you'll find is that if you can crack it open a little bit and get some time on their calendar, that they are passionate about what they're doing and they love to talk about it.
I would just say ask questions. There's GE in itself is such a complex organization, and GE Healthcare is even more complex because you're talking about healthcare. Every day you open the paper, there's a healthcare article. So it's a very complex topic. And then when you get into our GE, we have all these complex acronyms and matrices and people. It's just all over the place. So I would say ask questions so that we can help provide the answers so that you can get up and running quickly so that you can utilize the 3-4 months that you're here to the best of your ability.